It had been a long time since Jack had seen the old man. College, girls, his career, and life itself had gotten in the way. In fact, Jack had moved clear across the country in pursuit of his dreams. In the rush of his busy life, Jack had little time to think about the past and often no time to spend with his wife and son. He was focused on building his future and nothing could stop him. One evening, Jack's mother called him. "Jack, Mr. Bell passed away last night. The funeral is on Wednesday." Memories flashed through Jack's mind like an old movie reel as he sat there, quietly remembering his childhood days. "Jack, did you hear me?" his mother said, breaking the silence. "Oh, sorry, Mom." "Yes, I heard you," Jack replied. "It's been so long since I thought about him. I thought he passed away years ago." "Well, he never forgot about you," his mother said gently. "Every time I saw him, he'd ask how you were doing. He loved reminiscing about the days you spent with him on his side of the fence, as he always put it." "I loved that old house he lived in," Jack said with a small smile. "You know, Jack," his mother continued, "after your father died, Mr. Bell stepped in to make sure you had a man's influence in your life. He's the one who taught me carpentry," Jack said, his voice soft with emotion. "I wouldn't be where I am today if it weren't for him. He spent so much time teaching me things he thought were important." There was a pause. Then Jack spoke firmly, "Mom, I'll be there for the funeral." As busy as he was, Jack kept his word. He caught the next flight to his hometown. Mr. Bell's funeral was small and quiet. He had no children and most of his relatives had passed away. After the service, Jack and his mom stopped by Mr. Bell's house before Jack had to head back home. Jack and his mother stopped by Mr. Bell's house to see the old place one last time. Standing in the doorway, Jack paused for a moment. It felt as though he were stepping into another dimension, a leap through space and time. The house was exactly as he remembered it. Every step held memories, every picture and every piece of furniture was frozen in time. As Jack wandered through the house, he stopped suddenly. "What's wrong, Jack?" his mom asked, noticing his expression. "The box, it's gone," Jack said, his voice heavy with surprise. "What box?" his mom asked, puzzled. "There was a small gold box that Mr. Bell always kept locked on top of his desk. I must have asked him 1,000 times what was inside. All he'd ever say was, 'The thing I value most,'" Jack explained. The desk was still there, but the box was nowhere to be found. Everything else in the house was exactly as Jack remembered it, but the mysterious gold box was missing. "Someone from Mr. Bell's family must have taken it," Jack said, disappointment creeping into his voice. "Now I'll never know what was so valuable to him." Jack sighed. "I better get some sleep, Mom. I have an early flight back home tomorrow." About 2 weeks had passed since Mr. Bell's funeral. Jack had returned to his routine, caught up in work and family life once again. One day as Jack arrived home from work, he found a note in his mailbox. "Signature required on a package. No one was home. Please stop by the main post office within the next 3 days," the note read. The next morning, Jack made time to stop by the post office. The package he received was old, its paper yellowed and worn as if it had been mailed 100 years ago. The handwriting on the label was difficult to read, but the return address immediately caught his attention. Mr. Harold Bell. Jack's heart raced. He carried the package to his car and carefully tore it open. Inside he found the gold box. His hands trembled as he spotted an envelope tucked inside alongside the box. He opened the envelope and unfolded the note. The handwriting was familiar, steady, and deliberate. "Upon my death, please forward this box and its contents to Jack Bennett." Taped to the letter was a small key. Jack's heart raced as tears welled up in his eyes. With trembling hands, he carefully unlocked the gold box. Inside he found a beautiful gold pocket watch. He ran his fingers slowly over the finely crafted edges of the casing and unlatched the cover. Inside the watch, an inscription caught his eye. "Jack, thanks for your time. Harold Bell." Jack's breath hitched as the words sank in. The thing he valued most was my time. He held the watch tightly, emotions overwhelming him. After a few moments, he picked up his phone and called his office. "I need you to clear my schedule for the next 2 days," Jack told Janet, his assistant. "Clear everything? Why?" Janet asked, surprised. "I need some time to spend with my son," Jack replied. Then after a pause he added softly, "Oh, and Janet, thanks for your time." In life, time is one of the most precious and finite resources we have. Yet, it often slips through our fingers unnoticed. In the relentless pursuit of career success and personal goals, we sometimes forget the priceless value of spending quality time with those we love. Caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily life, we may unintentionally neglect the relationships that truly matter. But achievements and accolades can never replace the warmth of shared moments with family and friends. It's essential to remember that time spent together is the glue that strengthens our relationships and nourishes our souls. Life's true riches aren't found in our accomplishments. They lie in the love and connections we nurture along the way. If you like this story, please like and share and subscribe the channel for next video. See you in next video. Stay happy.